Alright farmers, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be having a little look at some new info from Giants for Farming Simulator 22, and this is entitled Strawberries and Honey, Greenhouses and Beekeeping coming to Farming Simulator 22. Now, as we've had in the previous game, we've had we've had hives, beehives, and we've had greenhouses. A little bit different with this, so we'll have a little read of what they said. Farming will be as sweet and delicious as ever. Developer and publisher Giant Software introduces new beekeeping features to produce honey and greenhouses to grow juicy strawberries, healthy lettuce and tomatoes in Farming Simulator 22. In combination with the new production chains, farmers can extend their operations significantly through more options and produce way more than just the usual crops. This way of direct and local distribution allows for more complexity, especially in multiplayer mode with multiple farmers working together. Excellent, another little thing that you can be getting on with. Right, so first up, let's make some money with honey. So this is all about the beehives. The irrefutable importance of bees shows itself in Farming Simulator 22 through various effects on the farm. By placing beehives in proximity to canola, potatoes and sunflowers, the yield of said crops will rise thanks to pollinating. Of course, the bees also do what bees do best, produce a sweet, golden and viscous substance. Now that is something new. You know, the beehives we've had in 19 so far, you place them down and you'll get an hourly income or a daily income, whatever it's set up for, and that's it. You know, it's just a place it and forget about it sort of thing. But this, where you put your bees, has a difference on what the outcome is on your farm. So if you're growing canola or potatoes or sunflowers, you want to get your yield up, put some beehives next to it. That being said, if you've already got beehives down next to a field, you're going to want to keep those crops growing in that field. You know, rotate between them three rather than putting them in another field that you've got. Something else added into the mix, something you've got to think about, which is excellent. Right, so it carries on. Stored on generated pallets, beekeepers, preferably wearing the new protective beekeeping suit, can either sell honey directly or deliver it to the cereal factory, where it's used among other ingredients to produce a crunchy breakfast product. Now, this carries on from the production chain video that I put out a few days ago. Obviously there was an icon on there for honey, that nothing had been said at the time, you know, what's going to be happening with that, and it sort of assumed that you would be able to get honey from the hives, but this is basically the announcement saying that you can. You know, it's going to have its own production next to it, which is brilliant. You know, something else added into a mix, like everything else that's been announced so far. You know, you can sell directly or you can move it on another level and you can get more money for it. Brilliant. The next bit is what I think is very interesting, and for you going forward, if you're playing with the seasons on, something for you to keep in mind. Right. While the beehives in varying sizes are productive during warm seasons, they will only serve as a place for buzzing slumber party when it gets cold. So, during the warm months of the year, you're going to have the bees out, you know, pollinating, making honey, whatever, like normal. And also like normal, during the colder months, particularly winter, there's no bees around, they're not doing anything, they're just having a bit of a kip for a couple of months. So that's going to be the same in the game. You know, you're moving forward throughout the months, throughout the year. Where's your bees gone? Oh, you still want to make cereal? In that case then you're going to have to stockpile the honey. You know, rather than taking it all at once down to the cereal factory, you're going to have to hold some back. You know, rather than taking 2 a month, you only have to take 1 a month. Do you want to spread out your cereal production over the year? Or do you want to do it all at once and then have a couple of months off in the winter? You know, entirely up to you. As we said before in this game, you play it how you want to play it. That's the beauty of the game. So many options. Brilliant. Okay, now on to greenhouses. Greenhouses to secure income during winter. With seasonal cycles coming to Farming Simulator 22, that's the base game rather than the mod, virtual farmers need to prepare for winter. While ploughing snow and tending to livestock, additional income can be generated by building greenhouses in varying sizes. With plants and trees withered during the cold months, growing strawberries, lettuce and tomatoes will still provide a green site, as long as fresh water is provided, and the profitability of the farm during winter is guaranteed. So again, we've had greenhouses before, but what they've actually put up for the greenhouses, is just great. I'll pop some pictures up, we'll go through them, and you're just looking at them, you can actually go inside I know a couple of mod ones that you can go inside, but these are a bit different. You got like lettuce in there, you can see it growing. Like the greenhouses, they got this sort of like a, polycarbonate I think it's called, plastic on the sides. You can see the lettuces growing there. On this one you can see the strawberries growing, obviously not fully grown there, but just starting off. And you got the doors outside there, and then you got tomatoes growing there. They're doing quite well in that picture. And then obviously once they are grown and ready to harvest, well, it doesn't say whether you got to harvest it yourself. I'm assuming that they're just going to come out on the pallets on the side, like in this picture there. You got the strawberries in pallets there. It's only like one stack high, so they're not going to be that big, so to speak. And then, what do you do with them from there? Do you want to, with the strawberries in particular, do you take them onto the cake shop, onto the bakery to make cakes, or entirely up to you? Excellent. There's one for the tomatoes there, so only one box high. You don't want your squashed tomatoes, obviously they're going to be no good, unless you want to make tomato juice. That's again entirely up to you. Now this screen here is what I thought is very interesting. As we said before, greenhouse has been in the game for a while, but this is bringing the greenhouse into the production chains. Now you have your greenhouses. Some maps might have them on the base map. Different mods you can have for different fruits that are coming out of it. But this one here, these three, you can pick what you want to grow. So say like this month, for instance, I don't know, say like April, May, whatever, you want to grow some tomatoes. Alright, so you grow some tomatoes and you get that done and you take them out. You can then change it. You can put lettuce in next, you could do strawberries next, you could just rotate through all three. Now what would be interesting to see is, like with seasons in 19 so far, is the cycling of the crops going to have an effect on your greenhouse? Because obviously you've got that option there when you're playing seasons. If you plant a certain crop after another crop, whatever, you plant them in the right way, you get a bonus on the yield. So is that going to have an effect on the greenhouses? Only time will tell. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's coming out in a month's time, so we haven't got that long to wait. That being said, you can still pre-order it. If you do get the pre-order, you get the Class Zarion saddle track pack. You get the tractor with the sprayer on the back. You can also order it with the year 1 season pass. You can get the first, second and third pack and the first expansion. If you order that all together, it comes out at a cheaper price overall than buying the individual DLCs. And just a reminder, that's coming out on the 22nd of November. Comes out on PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PC, Mac and Google Stadia. And as it has been announced before, you can all play together on the one server on the multiplayer, which is great. So another good day of things to come out for this game. I really can't wait. That being said, that's it from me for now. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more from us, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.